you know what? Skip the what's it called? The countdown. We're gonna start the stream now. We're gonna start building this quad. So, hello. I'm just gonna wait for everyone to load in and join. Can you hear me all right? Do I sound okay? Do I sound too quiet, or do I need to up the volume a bit? Hang on, let me. Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Is the chat frozen or something? It's fine. Alright, great. Okay, so today in this live stream we're going to be building one of these quads. So this is my old well, not my old, but yeah, it's my current Apex quad. So we're basically trying to recreate it, but so that I've always got some quad to fly. Even if this one goes down for whatever reason, I'm going to have, you know, another one to fly. So video looks better. Yeah, great, thanks. So yeah, we're going to be recreating this. We're not going to be using the exact same components because we're going to have to use different motors. This is how we yeah. But yeah, we're going to be basically building this. Right, enough talk. Let's get building. So for the frame, we're going to use the Apex frame. We got a Mortal T antenna and crossfire. Thank you to FPV because he's been very kind and has helped me with the OSD board and the regulator board, and the wire as well. And for the camera, I'm going to use the Caddx Orca as well, which is a nice mini-sized camera. For the flight stack, we're going to go with this, so KISS and Matek ESC. And for the motors, we're going to use my old motors, which are XING 2207. 1800 kV motors. Yeah, so that's in the other one. It's DJI, but for this one, because I don't have enough money to get a Caddx Vista, I'm just gonna make it analog for now and use an analog receiver. So yeah, those are the motors. So XING 2207, 1800 kV. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and then we've got the spike absorber as well, which you need really for 6S and an XC60. So let's get this Apex frame built first, so I'll move everything to one side and we'll get it unwrapped. I've already undone it, and that's simply just to check that everything's there, sort of. But yeah, we've got that pack which contains screws and everything, the carbon plates, and then we've got arms as well. So, I'm well excited about this. Gonna open up some arms, get those laid out. So yeah, I'm hoping to hopefully get most of it done today. Oh, in this live stream, but I'm not sure. It depends how long it goes on for. But yeah. Oh man. You can instantly tell the carbon just looks amazing, the quality of it and everything. But yeah, right, I'm going to undo this bag as well. I've come prepared, I've got scissors. Let's snip that open. So they've sent looks like they've sent the black skids, the black plastics one. So yeah, we'll be using that. There's the bottom plate, two of the bottom plates, top plate, whatever these are, motor wire protector things. But yeah, I'm just interested to know what frames do you guys use? What quads do you have, and what components are in them and stuff? It'd be interesting to know. You can hear it excited. Yeah, I am. Yeah. It is a pretty exciting build. So, I don't know, should I bring up the tutorial or should we just do it without tutorial? What do you think, guys? Oh, well, I might just do it without the tutorial. I think I might be able to do it. But there's a load of delay, isn't there? Yeah, I'm going to undo the screws. So I think what you do is you get the press nut things in the arms first, if you remember from last time. So you've got these press nuts. I don't know if you can see this, but there's this little press nut thing here, and that goes into the arm, in like the groove inside. So I think you just do that and put it in, and then you use like a screw to pull it through. So I think I'm going to use. Here we go. I'll use one of these screws and one of these sort of cone washers, they call them, and I'll simply screw this in and pull the press nut thing through. I think that's how you do it. But yeah, things I recommend. I recommend real decent, but not... These don't cost a lot, but rear hex drivers, I think they're called. So I've got a 2.5mm one and a 3mm one. So I really recommend them for building, you know, anything really. Because I've had it in the past where I've built something, I've tightened up the screws, and then I've had the nut or the head or the actual thread strip, which isn't great. So, but yeah, I think this is how you do it. You just simply screw one of these arms in. Oh, the press nut things. I'm not using the right flipping screw, am I? No. Nope. I wonder if it's this one I can use. Well, yeah, it's easier said than done though, with going deep with DJI and stuff, because a Caddx Vista's like 130 quid. So I might do after my birthday. I'll have to see how much money I get for my birthday. Yeah. But yeah, I might get one other one for this quad. But for now, like, as long as I've got one quad with DJI, that's honestly, I'll be happy. It's like more than enough. Oh, I can't find a screw. I need to find like a screw without the thread locker on it. I don't know where it is. For goodness sake. You know what? We'll just try and use the one with the thread locker. That might work. So let's just screw that in. Haven't done this like since Christmas, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but I kind of don't. Yeah, because the thread locker's kind of not helping me get it in. It's being really awkward. Oh. Is this a screw I can use? Yeah, I'll use this screw. I'll use this screw, that's fine. So, let's put this... Sorry guys for taking so flipping long to find out what screw I need. This will do. This is it. So you just simply, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, screw it in and get the press nut thing to actually bite into the carbon. There we go, it's going in. That's good. Last time I tried doing this, I actually ended up stripping the screw, like snapping the screw actually, and I had to try and get the press nut thing out. That wasn't very good, so I'm trying not to go so like too much with this, so I don't end up, you know, getting screw doesn't get messed up. Yeah, do another one. So I've just got 4 of these to do for the minute, and then we'll put the bottom plate and the arms together. So I'll just do the other ones. Hey, the TheFPV. Nice, see you here. Yeah, we're building. Well, I'm building a mirror quad. So I've got another Apex quad build, but I'm building this one just simply so that if that one gets, for whatever reason, if that one gets damaged or whatever, or I need replacement parts, then you know I can't. Then I can still fly essentially. So get these bits screwed in. One more to go now. Yeah, everyone's here. Yeah, we'll get that in. Good. That's it. I was gonna get well, I was gonna wait until the clone. There's a clone one out on Matek. I think they have one, but there wasn't in stock, and I just kind of wanted to get the build done. I don't know why. It's just seeing the parts just sat there on the side of my desk, like just wanted to get it built. But yeah, I recommend if you want to get into if you want to build a KISS squad, look on Junkyard for like cheap KISS flight controllers and stuff, because there is people occasionally selling stuff on there. And you can get a discount for them, which is quite good. But yeah, right, I think we've got the arms done. Yeah. Right. So, that's the arms complete. I think, shall I look on, I'm gonna have to look online. Apex, right, let's look on the documentation again. Just so I make sure I'm not gonna screw everything up. Right, upper main press nuts. Insert 4 press nuts in the upper main plate. Ah, okay. So which one's the upper main? That one is, I think, yes. With that, so where is it saying to install them? Right, it says in here, so push them in there. Do the same thing really for these. This is the boring part. This is just the boring part, putting the press nut things in. It gets better after this, I think. Yeah. Hope I'm putting this in the right way. It looks like I am. I can't actually see the chat right now. Let's put the chat. Now, what's the chance that we'll see Failsafe find some shit on live? Well, I'll tell you, I've got this smoke stopper, so I mean, we'll see. Actually, this will be the first time I'm going to use it, so we'll see what it actually works. Because last time, I used like this cheap smoke stopper from my Matek or something that he sent for free, and it did not stop anything. Like, I accidentally shorted a, what was it? I shorted, oh yeah, a Crossfire receiver to a motor thing, and it didn't stop anything. I'm not sure why. Probably because, you know, it's maybe it wasn't drawing enough current. Yeah, so that was pretty bad. But luckily, the Crossfire module, like the Crossfire receiver, did not burn up or anything. So that was good. So right, that's good. So I've got that one in. It's got 4 now to do. So I'll screw this all the way in. Great. And I would have another camera angle on here. Oh, the stream just went off. Oh no. My stream. Why is it just turned off? Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh no, the camera flipping stopped working. I'm just restarting it now. But yeah, I'll get all these press nuts put in. Well, in the meantime. Sorry about this, guys. I just need to get a proper webcam, but I'm using my phone at the minute to do it. So it's just restarting now. But yeah. I'll get these press nuts in. Alright, Finley, see you in a bit. In a bit. Get this installed. Oops. Apologies for this, guys. Right, it's back up now. What's it free? Just giving my pin away live on YouTube now. Right, nearly done. Right. Yay! We're back alive again. Let's put that up there. There we go, right. So I've just got pretty much all the press nuts in now. I've got another one to go, which is good. So let's put this press nut in. Last one. And then we'll be putting the arms on now, I think. Put that one in. Brilliant. That's that done. So, repeat of what we've just done. So we put all the press nuts in, into the arms and the bottom plate. Let's see what we're going to go and do next. Aha, it's the stack screws, I think. Yeah, stack mounting bolts. So, for Apex frames, I usually use the shorter ones and then use these, what they call Matek flight controller vibration dampening standoffs, I think they're called. They're really good, especially for these sort of builds where you can save weight and stuff. using shorter screws and have still, I don't know, I just find it's a better way to mount it. But yeah, let's do it. Let's use the short ones and we'll use the bolts. Right. And then what I usually do is use some pliers to hold the bolt in place, and then I just twist the screw. Let's do that. Oops. I want to make sure these are kind of nice and tight, so the stack's not going to be vibrating around the place. Nice. Almost there. There we go, that's that one done. You see that? Nice, thanks for joining us, SoFly FPV. Right, we've got another one to do, another 4 to do. Right, bolts. Nice. Hold them in place with pliers. Are these called pliers? I think they are. I don't know. Nice and tight. And another one. So we're using the 30 by 30 mounting here as well. So put that one in. Let's put that one in. I think Finley's going to be doing a live stream of his build tomorrow as well, which would be quite fun to watch. I think he's building. What's he building? Oh yeah, he's got the T-motor stuff as well. He won a competition from someone. What's his name? Yeah. Right, what else? One more. Where's the last one? There it is. And then what would we do? I don't know what we do. I think we put the other bottom plate together now, after this. Or the arms, I think it's the arms actually. Screw them on. But the carbon on this frame just looks amazing. I'll be interested to know how, like, what the carbon looks like, or, you know, how strong the clone Apex one is. Because I would have preferred to get that, but because of Chinese New Year and stuff, I think it's on Matek taking quite a long time to get them in, or because they've been sent from China. So, right, what else? Arms and key. That's what we got next. So, we got to take the bottom plate, which is this one. So, put that out and push that out of the way. Bottom plate and the arms. So they go this way up, I think. Like that. Like that. And what you've got with the Apex frame is you've got this key, which is really cool. And what that means is the arms are like locked together quite very well. So you can see that. It's just like a carbon sort of key. And what that does is it goes in the middle and locks the arms together, which is really cool. So, but what do we have now? We got the short screws we've got to use, these ones. And put the cone washers on. I do have the cone washers on just because, I don't know, it's better to have them on, I think. Maybe not, but that's what I've always done. So, but yeah, these just go into the central holes and then screw into the press nut thing, which is nice. So, but yeah, like I said before, it's decent. It's very much worth it to get decent screwdrivers. These, I think, these were on Amazon. I think they were like the 2mm one was like, I think it was like £3, and this was like £4. So it's definitely worth it, and they have lasted me quite a while now, and they're perfect for building frames and quad, just everything quad based really. So we'll tighten that up, but we won't tighten it all the way. We'll do that final tightening at the very end. But let's get the press nut thing, what do you called cone washers in. Yeah, it is. Once it's built, it's very easy to maintain because you've only got 2 screws to remove an arm, and they're very easy to remove and swap out and stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, but if you want to change the stack, because the stack mounting holes are kind of like pushed right up against the arms, you have to remove the whole bottom plate and the arms to get at the stack screws. But that's not such a big deal, I don't think, because I don't think I'm going to be changing the stack anytime soon, but if you do, it's quite fiddly. And we've got the cone washers now to do. Final 2 arms. Get that final one in. But yeah, once lockdown is over, it's just gonna, I'm just gonna have the time of my life flying, I think. I haven't been up flying for like, maybe like a month. I've been kind of missing it. But yeah, right, this is where we put the key in. So you kind of got to move the arms kind of sideways a bit so you can get it in, because it needs to be a nice tight fit. And there you go, we put the key in like that, and that's brilliant, nice and secure that. And we can put the final arm in now, which goes in with one of these screws. Where's the screws? I can't find a screw. There's so many screws. Ah, there we go. Great, so let's just push this one through the cone washer. Like that. Have I put this on the right way? Yeah, I have. Let's say. Push this one through there. And we'll do the screw up. Nice. So we'll kind of get these sort of tight, but not too tight, just so we can adjust it later on if we want to. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So we've got the arms on now. What's next? The shoulder bolts. Alright, so this is where we put this bit onto here. Like that. And then we use shoulder bolts, which are these, which have got like a flat side to them. So we put the cone washer through them, and that goes through the arm. This is why we didn't do it up too tight, so we can actually get these screws through. There we go. And then that goes on through right to the top, very top plate. Well, not the very top plate, but the stack mounting plate. So great, that's that one on. Another 4 to go. Of these. It's very nice as well that ImpulseRC include like motor screws as well, which is because when you're using the plastics kit, obviously you have to have pretty long screws, and a lot of motors don't come with the right size screws for it. So it's great that ImpulseRC include them, you know, with the frame, and they kind of should, because it is quite an expensive frame. But it's nice anyways. Right. I'll just get this all the way through. There we go. Final 2 to go. This one and this one. Let's get this one through. Great. This was having a bit of a hard time getting through, I think. I wonder why. Yeah, this one doesn't want to go through. What's going on with this? It's not... I think I'm going to loosen all the screws again, because I think it's just too tight in there. Like, you can't actually line up. Hey, welcome back, TheFPV. Thanks for tuning into the stream. It's probably a bit boring for you guys to watch this, but and I wish I kind of had a better camera angle so you can actually see what's going on. Oh, there we go. Yay! So that one's on. final screw for the arms, which is this one. So we'll put this one through, do it up. Great. Nice, that's all the arms on now. And what we'll do is we'll just give them all the tighten. Make sure not super tight, but not terribly tight that we're going to strip the screw. But yeah, this is probably the most solid frame I've ever owned. Like, I've had a Source, my previous frame was a Source One, and that was good. It's probably, it's not bad for the price. Yeah, I know. Camera angle's great. So, yeah. Hey Johnny. Let's put this one on. Screw that through. I kind of wish I had a side camera angle or something else, like, you know, along the side, so you could see more up close to what I'm doing. But yeah, so this is just gonna be, this stream is about building what people call a mirror quad. So it's basically where you build the same quad again, so that if one breaks or you need parts or something from it. Yeah, Velocidrone. Yeah, I've been playing Velocidrone quite a lot recently. But yeah, this is just so that if the main rig dies or something gets wrong with it, then I've always got something to fly. And the main rig is this one right here. So this is the one we're trying to copy in some ways, but we're not going to be able to copy it completely. Oh, that's good. Right, next thing, upper main. So we've done the upper main bit, so that's this bit right here, it says. And now we've got to do the SMA mount. So the SMA mount, basically like what you mount your antenna to. So for the antenna, we're using this TBS Triumph Pro antenna. And how you mount the SMA is using this, which is basically, it screws, the antenna connector screws onto it and it goes into the frame. But we're not going to be installing antenna or any VTX at the minute because I don't have one. So I'm going to be getting that and putting it in soon, but at the minute I'm just going to leave it without a VTX for now. But yeah, we've got to take the top plate out. Like that. So that's the top plate, and that will obviously go on the top like that into the frame. But I've got to figure out which is the front. So that's the front, because you can see the slots for where the camera plates are. See them either side, and then that's where we're gonna install the what's it called? SMA holder thing. Right, let's see where we're going to put this. So I've gone like that. And then they come with longer screws, so you can thread all the way through and onto the standoffs as well. So you can see that. So we've got the SMA mount there. And then, yeah, the standoff goes on top. So let's just kind of screw that in a bit, so make sure it's kind of tight. Oh, I've just noticed something. Okay. I'm probably going to do this the other way around. So yeah, let's just flip that round. Install this. Need another long screw, like that. That threads all the way through, and then goes and does the other screw. So that's what we're ending up with here. So what's wrong with it? I've just seen this, like, I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see on this, but it's got this slight, I don't know if it's a crack or something, but on the front plate it's got like a scratch along, I don't know if it's a scratch or like a crack in it. Didn't have time for it. Oh, thanks, Switcheroid, that's great. So yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but it's like a little sort of crack in it. Can you see it? I can see, I forget a light on there. Oops. Yeah, it's hard to see, ish. Yeah, I will. Yeah. I have had this happen before on one of the bottom plates, so it's not new to have this sort of thing happen. But it's a bit, yeah, it shouldn't really be happening on a frame like this, I don't think. But anything can happen really, I guess, when you cut and doing loads of these. Right, what else? Immortal T clamp. So basically now it's all about getting the standoffs and everything on. So I'm going to get the standoffs out. Oh, this is what Vitroid loves, isn't it? Look at this. Hang on. This is Vitroid's favourite part. Finley will know what I'm going on about here. The SMA clamp. So this is going to be the receiver I'm using, the Crossfire. Let's get it out actually. So we're going to use the Crossfire and this Immortal T, and that will clamp on to that on the back of the frame. But yeah, no, anyways, we'll get the standoffs installed first. So what standoffs do we need? We need the 20mm standoffs. Have I got 20mm standoffs? Oh yes, I do. Brilliant. So these are longer standoffs, they go on the back. So let's install them. So for the back standoffs, I usually use shorter screws to the back, just because the back's not going to be the one that gets impacted first. Usually, it'd usually be the front standoffs, wouldn't it? I think, yeah. With something that costs this much, I see a scratch on it returning it low. They got to put the money someplace, and it better be support. Yeah, they do. They are very good at support. Did you get your analog module? No, I didn't yet. No, I haven't. So I will be looking for them in the future. But I think I'll get. Yeah, they are. I think I'll get a VTX first, and then the receiver. There's no point getting an analog module without a VTX. Yeah, there is actually. That's what this car is about. So every part in this frame, I think. What does it say? No, it doesn't say anything. But yeah, every part in the frame can be replaced. It's got a 2-year warranty, and I have contacted them about this before, and they've been like, you know, really helpful and have sent out the parts without any questions really. They just said, "Oh, we'll send you a new part." So they are very good. So we're going to install now the SMA mount. So that will go on the back there, just about like that. Oh, that's quite difficult to put in. There we go. So there we go, we've got the SMA mount on the back. Back to standoffs. And I'll just tighten this right up. Make sure it's nice and secure. Yeah, they better, yeah. You have a Badger, don't you? So I guess you've got unlimited warranty on yours. On your frame, Vitroid. Right, that's the back two standoffs done. Yeah. I mean, I quite like to try the Roma, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I might give it a try in the future. Right, Immortal T clamp, we've done that. FPV camera mount. So we got the camera plates. Oh, bag grips. It's fun. These are done. So camera plates. These go at the front, obviously. Like that. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. So I was going to say that's quite tight. We'll install that. That is quite a tight fit as well. I think that's why they have included files as well. You get 2 files with them, so you can file down bits if it's a bit too tight. And I think it's for the camera plate mount, really, for that. Right, we got the camera standoffs to mount now. So let's put these in. The thing that's nice about the camera standoff is they've actually kind of thought it through. Well, obviously you've got a mount for the OSD board, but also they're hexagonal shape. So it means that the camera plates can actually support the front piece. So that's why they advise to keep the camera plates in place, I think. Is so that if you crash, it hits that, and it hits the standoff, and then the camera plate kind of supports it at the back. I think that's how they've designed it. Which with Brexit, I need to pay a lot import. Yeah, no local stores with warranty for untan, so it kind of continue to get cheap and wide. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Brexit's really annoying now, because especially for ordering parts from China and stuff, you've now got to really pay import taxes and stuff as well. So for AliExpress or ordering anything from there, now it's a lot more expensive, which I guess is good for UK, but yeah, not for us who want to order, who can't find anything in the UK that they want. If, if they've got a part they can't find. Right. Now it's time for the other standoffs. Not standoffs. Yeah. I'm interested to know, do you guys use thread locker on your frame at all? Or do you just go for it and don't use it? Quite interested. Got it when I was just starting out, I didn't know better, just to replace it, yeah. I quite like the Source one when I was starting, because everything's more widely available. Like, you can get it for 20 quid, I think, on our Matek. Which is like so much cheaper than this. Yeah, that is really tight in there. I have no idea why. That is very tight. You can actually see where it's kind of bending the frame almost. Oh well, we'll just live with it. Oh, and I can sort it out later if it with the files if it's causing a problem. So let's get the other standoffs installed, and then we'll nearly be ready to put the motors in, and the electronics too, which would be super cool. Right. Starting out in order. Almost there now. We'll just get a room in. I've seen the Titan XL5. It does look really solid, actually, for a frame. It's the Roma, I think it's Diatone's sort of budget-friendly frame, I think, and the XL5 is. Oh, my camera's died. Sorry, guys, my camera has died. I need to reboot my phone again. Sorry about this. But yeah, I'll get these standoffs installed, and then hopefully when the camera comes back, it will be ready for the electronics. Yeah, got these standoffs to do. Ruben, what do you mean? Do you mean what Victor is talking about, or what frame I have here? Right, we can get the camera working again now. Yay! That's brilliant. How I'm able to get this nice camera shot is because I've got a cabin bed. My bed is literally directly above me, so I can just kind of wedge my phone in between the bed and the mattress, and it kind of works. So that's good. Right. Final bits. I think I'll use the short screws for the back standoffs, I think, if I can. That's what I quite often go with, but shorter ones on the back. Don't if that's a good idea or not, I don't know, but we'll find out. Yeah, I've got like the microphones directly hanging pretty much from like a bed as well, so it's kind of right in front of me, and it's, well, it's only like, I think I paid like 10 quid for it. Yeah, it's using an app called Droidcam. Oh, this message is held for review from Timothy. Huh. Yeah, it's called Droidcam, and it's an app you can get on your phone, and it connects to your computer, and you can use it as like a webcam, which is pretty cool. Move that. Yeah, the cabin bed, yeah. So I've got, well, this desk here is from IKEA. Well, it's like a tabletop. So basically you've got two chest of drawers either side, and you've got the tabletop on top. I think, yeah, it's pretty cheap as well. And it fits directly under the bed, which is nice without cutting it down. But anyways, right, now I've got the standoffs and everything installed. Now it's time for the electronics, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it is. So, it's time for the electronics. So, we're going to be putting in the Matek ESC. Now, what I use for the Matek ESC is I usually use some of these red gummy things. And what they are to, they're to, yeah, the Alex Lemon desk. Yeah, that one, yeah. That's what I use. So what I use is these like gummies, and what they do is they help prevent vibrations going to the ESC so much. So I have 4 of them on each screw. So let me just put them all on. Gosh, this is awkward. Yeah, Droidcam does work pretty well. I mean, I don't know why it keeps freezing. That's why my camera keeps cutting out, because it keeps freezing. I have to reboot my phone to get it to work again. Yeah, they are. Those are HGLRC gummies, yeah. Cut in two so that they're like not so thick and work well. But yeah, this is right. This is where we're going to put the ESC in. There you can see that, but we'll basically have it kind of like that. And then I use standoffs to hold it down, and for the flight controller on top. So, but the first thing to do is to solder up the XT60. So that's like the main power that goes into the quad. So here is my XT60, which is this thing here. It's like, it's called an XT60 because it's for 60 amps, I think. Like currently it can handle. Yeah, color-coded gummies for Ali, from Ali, yeah. I've got just loads because we got those 2 flight controllers for review from HGLRC, didn't we, Vitroid? So we've got a considerable amount of gummies. I don't think we're going out of them anytime soon. But yeah, we're going to install the XT60. So I've got my soldering iron out now, and it's heated to 400 degrees. Because that's what I usually do for XT60s. Because these cables go off pretty thick, and so is the ESC takes the sucks all the heat out of the pad, which doesn't help. So what we'll do is we'll install these standoffs just to keep the ESC in place while we solder. So I usually do 2 either side like that. All right, I'll see you later then, Johnny. Have a good walk. Gosh, it's raining outside. Is it raining up where you are? So, yeah, we'll put that on. And how I usually do the XT60 is I usually have it as at an angle. I'll do a bit of a close up. So it's like that, and then I kind of solder it on. So one leads longer than the other. You can see that. But yeah, I'll let you see that. Great. So, oh, I fucking hate XT60s. They're just so flipping annoying. Anyone else feel the same? Like XC60 just annoying to solder. Anyways, I'm going to get a plate because I don't want to mess up this desk. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tin the connections. So iron's at 400 degrees. So I'm just going to tin the soldering iron. And what we'll do, we'll get this thing which I like to use. It's just brass inside, and what you can do is just clean your soldering iron tip with it. And then we solder up the XC60. So let's solder that up. So what I'm doing is just tinning the wires right now to make sure they're gonna grip on good to the pad later on to solder well. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, so I don't have to do mine on camera later. Yeah. I probably should have done that, to be honest. I know I should have, but oh well. It's not going to take too long because I've already kind of trimmed the wires down. I've already tinned the pads on the ESC. But yeah, I'm just making sure that all of the actual exposed metal part, wire part, is tinned as well, which is kind of good, what you want. Right, so if we think about it in the actual build, I have the ESC mounted with the power cables towards the back. What is that solder? It's 60-40, so 60%, it is leaded solder. You don't want to use a table mat. Seriously, I've never soldered on a plate. What is that? So yeah, it's 60-40 with 3% flux, and you can get it on Amazon. I'll just put a link. I'll send you a link if you want. And I got 3 of these, so it's free. I think they're like 100 grams for £5, which is really good. It's not as good as TBS solder, but it does the job, which is good. But yeah, what I'm trying to do now is making sure the pads on the ESC are ready. And we obviously don't want any shorts between the positive and the negative. And we don't want to also put solder on any other electronics as well, because I've done that before. I've actually put solder on and connected it up to some capacitors on there, and actually ended up breaking the ESC before blowing it up. So right, so this is going to be the build right here. So we're going to have the XC60 mounted and coming up like that. You can see that. And we'll have the pads going on like this. Actually, I'm just going to check my other quad and see how I've done it on there. So yeah, I'll put that quad there. Close to the best purchase I've ever did. Yeah, I've seen them before. The only reason why I haven't bought one is because they just look really small. I guess that kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I don't know whether they're big enough. They probably are. Probably just making up excuses. So, gotta measure kind of the length. Oh, and this is gonna annoy me too, ish. One of the XC60, we're supposed to be doing a mirror quad. And one of the XC60s is black, and then the other one's all flipping yellow. Well, that's quite well. Well, annoy some people. So, how do we have it on this quad? So we have it kind of mounted like that. So what I'm going to try and do is sort of bend the wire around with solder, because once you add solder to it, it gets really stiff. So you've kind of got to angle the wire in the kind of general direction you want it. Is what I found. So I'm just making sure this is going to go in correctly. That's looking good. So I'm ready to solder it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a bit more solder to it, and then also trim it down a bit with some angle cutters, I think they're called. So I'm just going to trim down a bit of this end of the wire to make sure it's nice and even on the end, just to make sure it's not going to short out with anything else, which is what I like to do. and we have it mounted like that. That's great. So, I think we're ready to solder it up now. Let's do it. Need some more solder on it, really. Yeah, I'm gonna add more solder. I know a lot of you are going to suggest using flux. Oh, you're starting Mike's UX60. Nice. Both doing this. What are you building then, Ruben? Are you building another quad or fixing your current quad? Interested to know. Because I'm going to add a bit more solder onto this because it's not being very nice. No, this is annoying. This is annoying to do. I'm going to put the spaces in so I can get better grip down of the ESC. So I'm not going to flipping frying it. Another thing, the wire just gets incredibly hot when you're soldering as well. Fixing your forest build, broke the cap leg. Oh no! I've done that before. Broken the cap leg, yeah. Oh, this gets incredibly hot. Of course it's gonna get hot, it's a flipping soldering iron, but you know. Like, almost. Ouch. I've got to just make sure there's enough space apart as well to do the other wire. Well, that's looking kind of good. Yeah, tweezers, yeah, I can do with some of them. I've never got any of tweezers. Probably should. Right, done one wire. Yes! Now I've got to do the other one. So that's kind of going to go like that. Brilliant. So what I'm going to do now is kind of heat up this wire and make sure I can angle it. Well, another thing as well, guys, does anyone use eye protection when you're soldering? Apparently you're meant to. I've never done it, but it's probably a good idea to actually have some eye protection, because sometimes the solder can go flicking up and you don't want to... Right, so... Does it look about right? Yeah, it does. I just need to angle that cable the other way. Yeah. Ouch. Should get some tweezers. We don't have any. Well, we do have some, but I don't want to leave the stream to get them. Prescription glasses count as eye. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, anything to really stop the solder from flicking up into your eye. That's the main thing, isn't it? Right, I'm doing the other wire. Wish me luck, guys. Alright, I've soldered it on. And a bit of solder on top, just so I can make sure it's... No! Okay, almost soldered the two wires together. What I want to do is get these wires bunched together more, because they're all spread apart, the actual strands in the wire. That's not helping me. You know what I can do? This is what I like to do as well. Use some like tweezers or something and actually kind of cut off some of the end of the wire. Angles, so that it's not all spread apart. Ow. Flipping hard. Almost done it. It's just I've got the two wires now stuck together, which is not good. Yeah, both the solder pads are now stuck together. That's great. Very smart. It looks like you. What, you refined yourself? Yes. Oh my gosh. That's the thing is with XC60s, you've got to be patient with them as well. You don't want to go too fast, and then my head's just being directly in the way of all those shots, isn't it? Great. You don't want to go too fast and then actually get some solder on something you don't want to, or... Right, I've sorted that out. It's this fucking solder joint. I've done that. I've done it now, I think. Yeah, I'll say that's done. Does that match up though? Yeah, it does. I'm going to class that as a win. Ah! That ESC is incredibly hot. Jeepers. Right, I think that's nearly done. That is mostly done now, I think. Ali, just because I have no idea what you're still functioning without. How you're still functioning without. Yeah. If you could recommend me some. Ah, that's him. Oh, I've burnt myself then. I think I did. Right, I'm just going to add a bit of solder to the top, and I think we'll call it done. It does look proper sketchy. But, you know, it will have to do. Oh no, I just desoldered it. Brilliant. Alright, I've done it. I know you can see that. Can you see that? No, you can't. Yes, you can. Hold up. Get a picture of that. Right. I'm going to call that done. It has come through the other side, so what I'd like to do with this is be very careful and trim off the excess solder at the bottom. And make sure the solder blocks don't go everywhere. So you can see that, but I've just trimmed off the excess solder so that it's not going to interfere with anything revolving the frame. Right, so that'll go like in the frame like that. Oops. Oh, it's not going to fit. It's not going to actually fit in the frame because the wire's gone all stiff. Oh, that'll do. Right, let's just get that underneath. I didn't want to do that. I'm going to call that done. That's it. So now what I'm going to do is going to put the standoffs on, the spacers for the flight controller. And also, I should probably check whether those are shorted or not. But yeah, you can see there, I've just put it in. My soldering OCD is kicking in, but it'll do. What I'll do later on is I'll just check it out. It looks fine, but I'll check it out with the soldering iron. You know, just to make sure it's fine. I just realised I put the standoffs in. I didn't need to do that because the top plate has the standoffs already built in and stuff, so I don't need these standoffs. So I should remove them. Oh, the camera plate just came out. Oh well. So we've done that. We got the the ESC in. Now it's time to put standoffs on. Shouldn't be too hard. And I like to just get the standoffs nice and tight on the ESC. Maybe plug a LiPo in now so you know it's not shorted. That's a very good idea. I have got a Wi-Fi short saver. So I'm not sure how you work this, but I think one of them... Yeah, that's to turn it on. Right, I'm going to plug it in. You ready? Right, I've got the green light. So the green light means it's on. The orange light... What does the orange light? The yellow light means... It's working and it's ready to go. We ready? 3, 2, 1. Plug it in and turn it on. Woo! You see that? It's working. Woo! Oh, I'm so glad about that. I thought I was going to kill it then. Because that solder joint looked proper dodgy. But then I added some more solder on it and it seems alright. So that's very good. I'm glad it works. And this short saver is worthy purchase because I think, well, if that would have shorted out, it would have cut the power. I'm not sure about the other one I previously had because that just didn't do anything apparently. Because somehow managed to blow up a flipping, what's the name, receiver. Right now, what's it time for now? I think I'm gonna put the motors on now. Yeah, I fixed the positive side, but the negative looks horrendous. That's a bit like my wire. Look at that. It's all right. It will do the job. Anyways, so with the Apex frame, it comes with these skids as well, which are like injection molded. They're very tough. And you can see on my quad, I've been flying for a bit, and I haven't been flying over concrete, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's stop talking about my quad. Let's just get on with this build. Motors. So they go on like that, and you put the skid thing on the back. I know it will do. Yep. So I usually like to put Loctite on my motor screws, but I'm not going to do this time because we've got to get on with building this. You guys probably, it's like, when is this gonna end? Might you get you to bring me some skids? Yeah, anytime. I mean, I've got in some more colours as well, which would be pretty awesome. I've got in red. I need to get some other colours in as well because all I've got right now is red, purple, or violet. I've only got a little bit of violet left. Ah, motor's being annoying. So I've got red, violet and black. It's the only colours I've got right now. Finley, how many colours do you got? I'd be interested to know. Because I think, oh well, I might need to get some more. Although most people are happy to go with black. Yeah, this motor has been incredibly difficult to put on. I'm not sure why. Like, just go in, right? Why is it so difficult? Oh, this thing has been incredibly difficult and I'm not sure why. blue and yellow, but the blue TV is crap quality. Oh. Well, it looked pretty good to me on the pictures you sent. Oh, the camera's gone off again. Oh no. Just gotta reboot the phone again. Be right back in a minute, guys. Well, the camera will be. Nothing much to see anyways, 'cause I'm just putting the motors on. Well. Yeah, this is so difficult to put on. I'm not getting why. Woo, the camera's back. Right, it should be back any minute. We managed to get one motor on, which is good. Why isn't the camera coming back? Come on, camera. Yay! Great. Camera's back. So we got one motor on now. And what I'll do is I'll just tighten up them a bit, but not terribly tight. Don't want them too tight. And stripping the screws in the motors. But yeah, this is what I really like about the Ethix frame, just having motor screws that are long enough and they're perfect and they fit great with the skids. So that's my motor on. And well, let's get another one on. I think I put most of them away. See. Have I got this on the right way? Yes, I have. Next motor. And get the screws for that. Which is this one. Screw the motor on just a little bit. Let's get another motor screw. Screw this one on. Get this on camera so you can see what I'm doing here, just in case you want. There we go. It's important not to tighten up one motor screw too tight and then before you do everything else. You want to do everything else, you know, to some degree of tightness and then tighten them all up eventually after you've done them. That's what I do. There's a motor screw. And final motor screw. Great. Brilliant, that's two motors on. We'll get another one on. The skid and the screw. Sorry about this, guys. So boring. Need to watch, I bet. Almost done though. Brilliant. Let's get this one untightened. Here we go. One final screw. If I can find them. How come you're not using the Matek motors? Ah, that's an interesting story. Basically, I went out for a quick test of them, and well, crashed a little bit. Well, I crashed into concrete, and yeah, like pretty much all of them bent or broke. But it was just me testing out. I think it was the Source One build. So I put it on there, yeah, and then unfortunately, like 2 of them are now bent, so I've got to wait until they stock new bells for them, and then I'll get the 2 new bells on. But yeah, they're not very strong. Obviously, I mean, I did pay only like £5 for them, which is why they were discounted, but they're not very strong motors. So I'm gonna have to wait until they get new bells for them. But yeah, these motors are they're perfectly fine. They do. One of them did have a problem with the bearings because we were using it at a bando and crashed into the bando. So one of the bearings of them has gone. But luckily I've got a spare of them, so that's good. Right, what else? Put one motor on the one way around, that's why. Let's get this one off. Apologies guys, just sorting it out. Done your XT60, yay! Bet you've probably done it better than me. My stupid XT60. It's probably gonna flipping disc it like come undone any second, you know. But this build I'm just going to go over later on and just double, you know, once I've done it, and just go, you know, add thread locker to the motor screws and stuff. I'm just doing it for the live stream just quite quickly, although it's been quite slow actually. As you probably well aware, it's been quite a slow build-ish. For me anyways. But I'm just making sure I'm doing things right. This is better. Mine looks bad. Right, got another motor screw to put in. And the skids. There we go. And where else? I've got another motor screw somewhere, I don't know where it is. This one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Well, I think we've passed the main obstacle right now. The only thing that's gonna may blow up. Well, I need to pay close attention to is the OSD board, because the flight controller is wired up to it, out on the motors actually. I need to be careful with motor screws, but I might leave the motor screws actually, because they're actually the motor like wires themselves, they're quite damaged, and that's because on my old frame I use these like plastic motor wire protectors, and what happened is that because it was at where they are on the frame, they are quite close to like the carbon at the very end of the motor wire, and basically what happened was the carbon was digging into the wire, actually to the point where the insulation broke on the silicone insulation. Just over time it just wore down, and to the point where now the wire is exposed. So I'm using electrical tape for now, but I will get this sorted eventually. Oh, with race wire when I get that coming for this frame. So I'm just going over now and just making sure all the motor screws are tight. We don't want them rattling around loose. And this one as well. Again. Right. We have all the motor wires. So I think the step now is to get them soldered up to the frame. Or should we do something else? In fact, for now, I'm going to put the actual top plate thing on. Mix things up a bit. So you have two choices for the top plate for battery pads. You have the Velcro strap one. Oh, the Velcro one. See that my LED pops. No. Oh dear. But for this, I'm going to use the slightly lighter Velcro pad because I've got Velcro on all my batteries. So I'm just going to stick this on now. Let's get the thing off and then I'll stick that on to here. Oops. Alright, make sure it's nice and straight. Brilliant. Got that on. We'll just push it down and make sure it's nice and seated well. It's fine. I'll send you a pic. Yeah. That'd be cool. I'll show it on the stream if we want. So great. We got the motors on and we got the top plate now ready. It's looking pretty good. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the front bumper. So let's get that installed. Let's undo these screws. So the front bumper goes on. Oops. Put the screws through it like that. And then that goes up on the underside of the frame. So it goes on like that. Great, and it fits perfectly. We got any longer screws we can use for that? Because that just seems not long enough. No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we'll put the bumper on. Just like that. I'm also making a 4S lithium ion for long range. Nice. How are you doing that then? Are you soldering directly to the battery or? I'm interested to know. Right. I've got everything on now. I've got the bumper plate. I've got the Immortal thing. But now it's time for motor wires. And we have these nice cool things that I haven't used yet on my previous frame. See how I've done it on my previous frame? I've got the motor, the race wire there. And what I've done is, because the motor arm protector things, motor wire protector things, they have like this bit on the side, and what I've done is I've kind of zip tied it to the underside, so that means that from any side impact, I guess it will be protected more. I'm not sure if that's the way to do it, probably not, but I'm going to do it anyways because it protects the side of the arms from getting any impact. So yeah, going to use them on this frame as well, no matter what, if I use race wire or not. Thanks TheFPV. Thanks for joining. So, right, we've got these protectors to put on, and what I'm going to do, should I solder it first or should I put the protectors on afterwards? I should probably solder it, shouldn't I? I'm just going to just wonder if these will hold the wires better while I'm soldering. Let's just see. Okay, yeah, that's a lot easier. No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Right. Let's make sure it's all tight. Time to wire the motor wires up. Yay! So what I like to do with motor wires, I like to tin all the pads on the ESC. So let's do that. Soldering on. Haha! So my soldering iron times out automatically after so many so many minutes of not being used. Which that's why I couldn't use it. Solder then secure. Yeah. Good advice. Alright, let's put that on. And I'll tin all the wires up first, so the motor wires. Nice. And I don't have tweezers. I should get tweezers. Like Vitroid says. Solder that up. I'm gonna make sure it's soldered correctly in. Right, then we can see that. There's the first wire. Let's do that. Let's do the other wires now. I'll tin that as well. So if you guys didn't know, Finley is going to be doing Finley Standard is going to be doing a live stream later tomorrow for his build. So it'd be worth checking that out if you're interested. I'll put a link in the description, or I'll put it in the chat in a minute, to his channel. So you can go subscribe to him. Try my best to get these motor wires in nice. Looking good too. That's great. That's that one done. It's not great actually, because there we go. Final one for this arm. Looking great. Good pair of tweezers and decent pair of psychos changed my life. Yeah, it will change my life too. I need to get some. I do have side cutters, but I don't have tweezers. I could use side cutters actually to hold it in place, but then again, I might end up cutting the wire in the process, which would be fun. Well, not really, but got another wire to do. And also, what you can do is remove these standoffs, and they'll help you get better sight access to the motor wires. Great. That's that one done. Next one. That one done. Is that it? I use my study knife. Standing knife tweezers. Standing knife tweezers? Is that even a thing? Oh, do you mean standing knife and tweezers? Right. There we go. That's looking good. I'll show you guys them connections. Not the best, but they'll do the job for now. Because I'm waiting to get the race wire on this frame, so I will be desoldering them as soon as the race wire gets installed, and I'll solder them up. But for now, that's fine. I think nothing shorting out. I'm gonna re-tin this wire actually. There we go. So I'm going to put the white wire protector on now, just like that. Go. What do people use the motor wire protectors? They just use do they just use tape or something to secure them, like electrical tape? I think that's what you do, don't you? Someone let me know about that. Right, great. I'm gonna say that's a win. That one. I mean, it will only be a win when we power it on and see if it actually works. This one, let's put the motor wire protector on that. Make sure it's on nice. It's not going on nice. Come on. Be nice. Come on. There we go. Nice. That's good. There we go. Use electrical tape. Yes, I'll get some of that. I don't want to use red electrical tape because that's what Joshua Vibro uses and it just looks ugly, let's be honest. I'd rather have black. You know, we go. It might look alright on this, well, the motors, but I'm going for an all black build for this. It's proper stealthy, so I don't know. I'm gonna put this back on. Yeah, I'll try and get some black electrical tape. But in fact, I'm gonna be swapping out these anyways for race wire, so I'm not gonna be really needing them. Gosh, look at those XT60 wires. Oh, it looks so bad. Oh, they'll do the job. Right, more wires to solder. Got that. Oh, brilliant. I'm getting called down for dinner. I didn't even tell them I'm doing this live stream. I might be able to bring it up. Who knows? Get like white, green, and electrical tape. I've only got this horrible blue colour, which I don't really fancy using with the build. Right, second wire done. I'm just going to also clean my soldering iron, because that will help get rid of any sort of bad solder that's on it. Bad solder, like oxidation. Brilliant, and that's that one done. So I'll put the protector on that one as well. Very cool. Put the protector on. Sort of. It's a bit tight on there. Hang on, let's make this wire come over a bit more. Just so it's not so flipping tight up against. Let's try it out. It's great. Get on. Nice. So we've done all them. I would go for your dinner. I don't think it was my dinner actually, because yeah, it's too early for my dinner. I usually have dinner around like 6, 5:30. But I think it was like my mum or dad calling someone else. I don't know. We'll know in a minute when we see when we see my sister or whatever coming upstairs and saying dinner time. Right, final wires. Nearly there. I'm gonna tin my soldering iron again. Finley's got a nice new soldering iron, haven't you, Finley? Is it the TS100 or something you said? SQ1001? I'm not sure what you were saying. Done! One more. One final wire. It's done. Where's the sync stickers? They are downstairs in the conservatory. That's where I have all my quad gear. So I've stuck one. Did you see that photo of it in drone chest server? Well, basically I put it on this like shelf on the side. But I gave the rest of them away to Atomic FPV, which is just a bit annoying now because I kind of like would like to have some because they look awesome. Right, that's done. You know what? Should we power it on? See if it actually blinking works. I think that might not be a bad idea, to be honest. Let's get the flight stack installed first as well. Yeah, the SQ001 is an awesome iron for 36 quid. Yeah, well, I kind of like one for like in the field or whatever, but the thing is, I don't go out that far, so it doesn't really make sense to get one because I've already got a reasonable one here. But yeah, I imagine for like, you know, even using it at home, I bet it's really good. Probably as good as this one. It's the same wattage as this one. So that's looking good. So I'll be able to put the top plate on without that flipping XT60 thing annoying me, because it won't fit. Should we power it on? I think we should. Smoke stopper at hand. There we go. We'll set it, and you can set it to 2 amps, but I'm going to set it to 1 amp, and then we can turn it on with that switch. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Did you see that, guys? It went on, and then it turned off. Set it to 2 amps. I wonder why it's doing that. It went on. Yeah, and it turns off. Hang on. Let's plug it in. Plug it into KISS, GUI, GUI, whatever it's called. You always call it. What I'm going to do is plug it into the computer and just double check the wiring and everything. Let's just double check this. Maybe because there's no receiver. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to double check that though, because what it could be is that it's what KISS usually. Oh, it's the flipping thing. The phone is turned off again. What it is that when there's no receiver present, I'm just gonna reboot my phone again. When there's no receiver present, it usually just beeps, and I think that could be cutting like too much current, and it's tripping the trip in the IFlight short saver. So that could be why. I'm just gonna double check, get the KISS GUI up. Where is it? KISS. Yeah, we go. And just make sure that the Windows. This is right, the phone's back on again. Let's just double check this. Connect. Okay, why is it not connecting to the GUI? Let's try again. Here we go, guys. So you can see what I'm doing here. So we go in the GUI, but for some reason it's not showing up. No, it's not. Huh. It's not working. Because in the receiver. I wonder why that is. Connect. No, nothing. Nothing is showing up. That is so weird. I've never had this before, it just doesn't show up. Let's try this GUI. Let's try that. Ah, that one works. So it must be that GUI I was using, I wasn't happy with. Right, save that. Let's turn off that. Let's turn the phone back on. Let's get that recording again. Droid cam. Flipping awesome. Let's get that set up. Turn off the display capture. There we go. So I can only assume that was the issue. So let's plug it in now and see whether it'll work. 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, that was why. And then when we twist all the motors, you can hear that sine wave modulation control thing. That's what you get with Matek. That's brilliant. Success. Oh, crap. So we've done that. Now it's time to put the regulator board in. So this basically powers up the flight controller. You can use it to power up the flight controller, and it supplies power to the VTX on-screen display board and everything. So what I'm going to do, it comes with these screws here, these countersunk screws, and they go in the back. And you've got these spacers as well, so you can see that. Let's show you that. They got these spacers that go in between them. And then use an Allen key, I think it's a 2.5mm Allen key, and tighten them up. So let's do that for all the screws. And then what we'll do, we'll get the receiver installed, Crossfire Nano RX. Oh, and also, look what I've got. You can set kiss. You can just use a kiss flight control but near all ESC. Yes, you can. Yeah. I'm not sure about performance-wise what you get with a non-kiss ESC because I've never tried it. Actually, I have. Yeah, it works really well. The only thing I can say is you have to disable. What was it? You can't use the buzzer or something. Can't remember what it was. Oh, you can use the buzzer. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I was just thinking, because you can't use the buzzer and have like the startup tones and stuff, I think, at the same time. It's something you have to turn off in order to use the buzzer. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe someone can let me know if they know about it. But yeah, it does fully work. I can't tell about performance that much, but yeah, it should work. Right, let's get this other screw installed. It's looking real good. Let's say that. So a massive shout out to FEVG or Jihad who helped me out with the regulator board and the VTX and OSD board for this. I was having issues with another one, and he's helped me out, and now it's working. So it's brilliant. G and Sync will know. Yeah. So that's amazing. So I've got the regulator board. So now it's time to install it. Oh, that just came off. Oops. Let's put that back on. yeah, just pop a message to G and Sync, and yeah, they'll definitely help you out with that. Alright. Get the bolts on. Yeah, the only thing with this build I haven't got is the VTX, like I said. Because I blew up the previous one, because I also blew up the VTX S4 Propellers receiver. You know, when I shorted out something to the motor wires. I blew up 2 things at once, which isn't great when you're flipping the new VTX is like 30 something quid to buy. Oh well. I worked out if you were to get all this, like all the components like the OSD board, VTX, camera, it works out to about the same price as a Caddx Vista. So that's why I'm so grateful to G for helping me out with it. So he's moved on to I think he's moved on to DJI. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, now I've definitely got dinner. Screw this on. Hey, Nano FPV, let's go. Oh. Wait, there's only one viewer now? Where do you guys all go? Yeah, so what we're doing now is I'm building a mirror quad. So I've got. Did you need the OSD board? For analog you do, yes. For digital obviously you don't, because that's not, yeah, that uses the Vista. So this, it's basically we're trying to build a mirror quad of this, and it's looking great so far. So excited to have that, just because right now if I crash that quad or anything goes wrong with it, I don't have anything to fly. So it's great that I've got like a backup. But yeah, right now we're just installing the OSD board, the regulator board. And then we'll go on to installing the receiver, which is the Crossfire Micro Nano RX. Brilliant. Get that on. Final screw now, guys. And we'll move on to the receiver. Why is KISS better? It's just, well, in my opinion, it flies a lot better than stock. Yeah, 2 is better one. Yeah, it's going to help me out because obviously if I blow anything in one of the quads, I'm probably not going to afford to replace it. Yeah, stick feel, it just flies a lot better. I just prop bush is a lot better, I found. You know. Right, we're going to get some zip ties. Oh no. Okay, we've got some zip ties. Yes. Right. So let's put this on. Oh no, Dad. So I'll thread the zip ties through. And zip tie them on. I don't know if you heard that, that's my dad. Oh dear. Right. He's been bonkers sometimes. Let's thread that zip tie through. Maybe when I go DJI I'll get the F7. What the F7 is in KISS or some other sort of F7 board? There we go, we'll just secure them nice and tight. Just like that. Brilliant, so there we go, so you can see there, I've got them zip tied that way around. KISS. Yeah, I mean, it's worth a try. It's definitely worth a try. I mean, if you're happy with Betaflight, then just stick with it, or with EmuFlight. EmuFlight does fly pretty well in my view. The only reason why I switched from IFlight to KISS is because I had problems with IFlight on the flight controller I was using. It was just jittering all over the place with the stock tune, and I'm not sure if that's the build or if that's IFlight in general. I don't think it's you know, I don't think it's IFlight, so it's probably the build, to be fair. But yeah, I just found it a lot easier to just switch straight away to KISS, just simply because it was Christmas coming up. I was like, Mum and Dad asked me what I want for Christmas. I was like, oh well, do fancy trying out FedEx, so I'll try that. Much easier setup as well. About 2 minutes into yeah, exactly. And there's, like, the reason why I like it so much as well is because I spent ages tuning VTFlight before, and there's just so many things you can change in VTFlight that, you know, like just way too much to change. And it's just so it's complicated. I don't know, I just find it a bit complicated, to be honest. Right, let's get this receiver mounted. And I've got some heat shrink. Yes, I know. So I've got some heat shrink this time to actually do it properly, because last time I actually ended up killing a Vetic flight controller by doing this incorrectly, so I've learnt my lesson. So I'm just going to cut some heat shrink. I'm not sure if whether this is going to be too big, but I should just use scissors, shouldn't I? Goodness sake. So, got some cut there. Well, it depends what goggles you've got already, because, yeah. Alright, see you later then. Have a good day at work. Yeah, it depends what build you've got already, to be honest. You know, if it's flying well for you, then stick with it. That's what my advice will be. But yeah, thanks for watching, Cardinal. Hopefully you'll join us again soon. Or watch. Oh, nice. Right, I've got that receiver, so that's going to go on like that. I've got a hot air thingy here. Very nice and handy. So it's 300 watts. It's like a handheld one. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the receiver like that in the frame, and then I'm going to have the antenna coming round like that and then back on itself. You can see that. So yeah, what I am going to do is connect that up, thread the heat shrink through, and yeah, let's do it. Sorry if you hears, guys. Probably very loud on the camera yet. Oh, best. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shrink it down a bit before putting it on. If it won't blow away too quickly. Just so that it's not going to get intensely, like, so hot that I can't actually handle it. There we go. What's that receiver on? So this is a Nano RX, Crossfire Nano RX receiver. What's that receiver on? Oh, what, this bit here, the OSD, this is the regulator, if you were going on about that. Apex regulator, I think it's called. But great, that's good. Yeah, the reg, yeah. So that's looking good. So I'm going to actually have to disconnect the regulator board a bit and thread the wire underneath it to make it more slick. Let's disconnect to that. So all I'm doing right here is just loosening the regulator board a bit so I can thread the wires underneath it. I don't know if that's what people do. Is the maiden tomorrow? No. Well, I've actually well, I sold my goggles, my Eachine EV800Ds, so I can't actually fly at all at the minute. So I'm gonna have to wait until the DJI goggles come out and then get them. Well, I'll have to wait until my birthday first, get them, and then I'll be able to fly again. So, not being able to get the goggles, the DJI goggles, kind of would be a bit annoying because I'm not going to have anything to fly. Right, there we go. That's all good. So now I'm just going to secure the regulator board back in. So what I've done is I've threaded the wire underneath it a bit. It's just so that the wire is kind of more contained. Oops, just dropped the nut. Oh, I keep dropping the nut. Stop it. Brilliant. And now what I need to do is just tighten this down. This is incredibly awkward. I should get like one of those, like a proper things. Oops. There's got to be a proper way of doing this, right? Just socket set or something to hold these nuts so I can actually tighten down properly. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Look, that looks super neat. So, oh, you know what I should have done? I should have checked what wires the Crossfire Nano X is soldered to, but oh well. So yeah, like that, you can see it's kind of underneath the regular board, so it looks real neat. Just like that. Oh, it's hard to see, but the wire's actually underneath. That thing came off as well as I was doing that. Put that back on. Yeah, this is looking real neat. I'm going to use the heat gun to just make it a bit more strong. So reduce the size a bit more. Great. So that will go on like that. And then what I usually do for this is zip tie round the back and just secure that. I'm just going to thread a zip tie through. It'll go through. For goodness sake. There we are. Underneath the regulator board. I might be able to make a cheap quad. I don't know whether Finley's in the chat, I could tell you as well. Well, Finley knows about this, but I would not buy that board, that Zeus F722. It's just got so many issues. Like, especially regarding the gyro. It's just been made too cheaply. They haven't properly tested it, or they haven't put the components on there to help deal with noise and stuff to the gyro or something. They just haven't designed it very well, or they haven't manufactured it very well, and they're using real cheap parts, so that the quality just isn't there. Because I've had issues, someone else had issues, but then again, you do get people that don't have issues, so it's up to you. But I would just pick a flight, like a flight controller buy a more, you know, respected brand that you know of, so that you're not going to have issues. Right. It's time to install the spike absorber. Woo! I should have done this way before. But anyways. So the spike absorber is for use with 6S voltage, so it will just absorb all the voltage spikes. So I've just cut a bit of electrical tape, heat shrink, and I'm going to thread it through the spike absorber just to give it a little bit of protection against shorts to the frame, mainly, and just to make him look more sleeker. I think look better. So I'm just going to cut this heat shrink off like that. Yeah, it's looking good. Now what I'm going to simply do is just heat shrink it down. Yeah, Matek. Yes, Matek make great flight controllers. They're well known, and VTX is in that matter as well. They're well known to making great gear, and the support is good as well for it, apparently. So let's keep shrinking this. Yeah, I mean any flight controller can be used with DJI, pretty much. I think it's only the ones. Well, as long as you've got a free UART, then you're fine. I think UART TX and RX. You've got free one of them. I think anything should work with it. The air unit you will have to power from a regulator board. Let me take forward my board in a minute. Yeah, that'll work fine. The only thing is, if you're using the Vista, you can power from 6S voltage up to 6S. But if you're using the air unit, you'll have to get some sort of regulator that can regulate down to about 9 volts for it to work. It's great. You can see that, but I've just made it nice and sleek. I'm just going to trim this extra bits off. Trim the extra bits off at the bottom. Just like that. Yeah, Matek are good flight controllers. That's what I've heard anyways. I have had one myself, so I can confirm that. But yeah, nice. It's just to make it, I don't know, just make it a little better. I don't know. It might just put my one at the minute. I don't think I'll have as big you are, as I have a GPS etc. on it, but it's only a 4S. I'm looking at getting a Vista. Yeah, I think a Vista would be a good choice. Just make sure you have some sort of place to mount it in your frame. And most frames, you know, 5-inch frames, it should better fit it. I mean, even if it's just zip tied to the frame even, or just use double-sized sticky tape and stick it to it. Most frames should be able to work. Anyways, now's the time. So now I'm just going to install the camera now, just for feel like it. Let's get both camera plates and the camera, and let's install it. Let's install it. Right, and that goes on that way around. I think I've installed this on the wrong way around, I think. Here I have. So that goes on that way round. Therefore that goes on like that, yeah. I think I have one for you, but yeah. It's good, so it should better work. as long as you power it. If you get the Vista, you're probably fine for powering. You can just power it from a battery voltage, but if you get like the DJI and using 6S, you probably need to use a regulator. I think that's how it goes. Right, another camera screw. And there we are, we have the camera mounted then, and that will just slide in like that. But first, we've got to mount this spike absorber. So I just need to check that should be ground. Okay, that's good. What I'm going to do is remove one of the standoffs so I can get better access to the ESC pads. And I'm going to remove the flight controller a bit, actually. Your dinner's getting cold. Yeah, it is. I need to go down for it, really. I'll do this and I'll go down. They probably kept it in the oven or something. Usually you do. Right. So for the VTX, I'm going to use probably a TBS Unify Nano or Pro VTX, because it fits very well in the frame. The Ethix frame, it fits just above like the camera, behind the camera. That's why most people, you know, they go for that VTX, because it fits. It's designed kind of to fit. Whether that was just a coincidence. Yeah, it fits really well. So I'll end up using that probably. Trouble is, it's quite expensive. Right. That's great. You see that? So what I've got now is to mount that wire up. So I've got to cut that wire around there. Of course, the camera stopped working again. Let's just reboot that. Restart. I recommend the tank or new tank solo for 1.6 watt. What was your first quad? So my first quad was a IFlight frame. It was an IFlight Nazgul 5 frame, that's it. It was my first quad, and I built it myself, and it was with a Mamba F405 DJI. I know I got the DJI flight controller back then because I was watching a drone mesh video, and that was in his build. So I was like, oh, that's gonna be the one that, you know, I might get DJI in the future, so I'll get that one. For goodness sake. That's close. So I've got a Nazgul 5 frame, that, and then I got a Mamba F50 50 ESC, which I then burnt, or broke, yeah, burnt, because why did I burn it? Oh yeah, I ended up soldering, getting some solder on a little capacitor next to the XC60, and that meant that yeah, I was just really frustrated trying to get it off. Ended up making it much worse, and then plugging it in and then blowing up the flipping ESC. It made such a loud noise as well. So, boom! Right, I've done that. Got the spike absorber mounted. So spike absorber just absorbs dangerous voltage spikes, which is what's recommended. Right, let's plug it in. Oh yes! Thanks for reminding me about that. My phone's just rebooted. There we go. That's great. So I've got everything installed now that I need. Put the flight controller back in. And screw it in again. Get his motors covered up again as well. Oh, that's the screws for the flight controller. So the thing left to do now is going to be the receiver. I've got to solder that back up. And there's 4 pads just on top of the flight controller where I put that. So I'll solder that on to the flight controller. Just got to get these stack screws in first though. We'll get the camera in and the OSD board now, and the wiring harness. Yes, that's what we need to do. So there's a wiring harness like this that goes from the regulator board and it goes to the Mr. Blood might be buying FPV's DJI V1s. He is, he's buying them. Sweet. But he's gonna like them. So yeah, I've got this, and that goes from front to the back. So that goes from the regulator board and it goes to the OSD board and the flight controller. And that connects the OSD board to the flight controller as well, so that it can receive the data. So for for information displayed to be displayed on OSD, it's got that, it can read that. So right, I'm going to plug that all in. Right, he's considering now. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing with Mr. Blob. He's like, oh, I don't know. He just, it's a big flipping purchase though, isn't it? I'll probably be the same. Like, it's a bit like me. He's like, oh, I could buy something. Then you look at your bank account and like, no, I don't have enough. Right, I'm gonna just directly solder it to the XT60 wires themselves. That'll be easier. So I'm just gonna put a bit of solder on top of the pads. Now I'm going to solder the ground to the ground. And the red to the red. That's looking good. Let's add a bit of solder on top just to make sure it's all good. Now I really need to get some tweezers, don't I? But yeah, I'm going to call that a win. So now that's attached, we've now got to solder up the receiver, and we've got to put the OSD board in and solder it up to the camera. So this is the OSD board, and you can see it. And what it is it's got a chip on it, which is it's a graphical OSD, and there's pins you can solder to, pads you can solder to connect it up to your VTX and camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the VTX part of it, because I'm not using this VTX that I've currently got it wired up for. So I'm going to desolder that. And leave it just so the camera part is connected, because I am going to be using this wiring harness for the camera. Great. So I'm going to twist the camera wires, that's what you should always do. Make sure you've got good anti-interference sort of stuff, I don't know what you call it. Stop interference getting into it, to reduce it. And then I'm going to put the camera wires in and push the OSD board in, so that goes that way up. Get a quick picture of that. Goes like that in the frame. So that's great. Let's get this plugged in, put in. So this should fit directly behind the spike absorber. Just about. I don't know why it's not. I think this heat shrink is actually making it thicker, so I'm going to cut it. I don't think the heat shrink is helping. So yeah, for now I'm just going to remove the heat shrink, fortunately, because it's not going to fit very well. It's looking great. Then now we can mount the camera. Perfect. That's looking great. Another thing actually, is the spike absorber just like a cap? Yeah, so well, the spike absorber is separate components. The spike absorber is soldered onto the cap, so it's like an extra added bit of protection for voltage spikes. So yeah, guess you could kind of say that ish, sort of. But it's mainly for those like high voltage spikes is why you'd use it, I think. Yeah, we'll get this mounted up. Great. So now I can plug this into the OSD board. Oh, it's tight in there actually. Very tight in there. Let's plug that connector in. Goodness sake, that's really tight. That should do. So there you go, so you've got it nice and tight in there, so now we can power the flight controller and stuff. However, I'm not going to be using the regulator board to power the flight controller. I think I could do. I might do that actually. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done now. Oh, we've got receiver. Gosh, I've got the receiver. I'm probably going to leave this here now, guys, because I need to get my dinner. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do more of this sort of streams in the future, maybe, but maybe some of actually me flying in the future as well, because I will be able to do that probably soon. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll complete this, and what I'll probably do is take some pictures and put my Instagram later. So yeah, have a nice day everyone, and yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thank you. Right, I'll be on Discord as well, so I can send some pictures on there as well. Nice. Right, so yeah, get other Discord working again. What do you mean by that? Oh, whatever, I'll message you on Discord. See you later everyone.